Hello, 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 Libras. How are you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome. For those of you that are brand new, my name is Patti. I'm an empath that does intuitive tarot and also intuitive coaching. With that said, intuitive coaching is basically like counseling, but only from the divine or from the unseen energies, whatever you believe in. But I believe in God, so it's also too about wisdom that comes through energies, vibrations, things like that to help you on your growth and your processing. I am not a counselor. I am a coach, spiritual intuitive coach, empath coach. So if you're interested in one-on-ones, there's information below. If you're interested in a one-on-one reading, there's information below. So let's get started. This is the 7th through the 13th. Oh, by the way, for those that are returning and have subscribed, thank you. I really, really do appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. And share. Don't forget to share. All right. So we're going to pull two oracles. One is from this week, the 7th through the 13th. Next one is moving forward into future energies to see. Now, it all depends on you, your divine, and how you make your decisions, either earthly or spiritual, on how those energies will move forward or not. All right, so let's get going. Ghostlands. First one out is the number 8, about progress and rewards, and the intention, the number 4, growing stability. So those two things there. Now, with Ghostlands, I haven't seen him come up for a while, so I'm going to read that real quick to you. So those are brand new. Oracles have usually a book that come with them from the artist that tells us what their interpretation of this card is. So, and what the energy brings. So the ghost lands in the upright, which this is the upright. This would be reverse if you're brand new learning this. And it is whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing. For rarely do the present and the future match up exactly in the enchanted map of your life story. The future has no substance right now. So again, this is just saying, think in the now, don't think in the future. Easier said than done, right? It is a place that has no grounding of yet. You cannot live there, yet you can take measured steps toward a goal or a dream. These steps are important now. So for this one here, it really means about taking the energy that you have right now. Don't worry about the forefront of the future. Don't worry about what is happening of the future. Really just focus in on what is happening now. I'm going to back this up a little bit. I need a little bit more room. So, and then intentions, now that would be towards the end of the week, going towards the next week. Your intentions, empty intentions are not a place that you would want to be. So empty intentions, when I teach in life coaching, would be the word try. So you either do it or you don't. Try is in the middle. Your intentions, a try intention, I will try to make it. That's empty. You either do it or you don't. So that's what I teach in Get Balanced or any spiritual. Are you going to believe in spirit, have faith in spirit, or are you going to believe in earth? Well, I'm not quite sure. Well, you're on the fence. That doesn't work. So you either believe in spirit, you believe in divine on the way things happen, and the intention is to think more spiritually, or the intent is to think more earthly. Okay? So our first card out was the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is forward movement. He's more of a passionate knight. He has a little bit of a love flair to him, romantic flair to him. I'm surprised they don't have him carrying a rose or something. But the thing is that he's all about communication and possible travel. So not sure what that is for this night. We'll find out here in a minute. So remember, in Ghostlands, we want to really start thinking of the now. All right? Think of the now. So you just sort of want to keep that on the back of your burner, kind of a thing, in your thought process. Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Woohoo! So that's choices. What choice are you going to make? How are you going to make that? Ooh, wow, Hierophant. Remember I said spiritual choices, earthly choices. And the King of Cups. King of Cups. So with these three together, you do have some type of offering, something coming towards you. Could be a message, could even be a gift, could be something of that nature. There is something coming towards you. You are going to have the opportunity of choice. That's like the full moon and the eclipse this time. It was all about choice and decisions. But here's the thing about Hierophant. Hierophant is going to be, take a good look at this card because you're going to see it a lot in 2021. The reason why is that the Hierophant is the 2021 card. Where there's going to be so much spiritual awakening in 2021. There's going to be things that are going to drive people to their faith or their beliefs, or actually they're not going to probably be around that long. But what I'm saying is that the Hierophant is about teaching of the faith, of what that is. Now, are you going to, for example, we've got the King of Cups next out, right? Now, the King of Cups is very strong and a stable person no matter what he goes through. The King of Cups is all about the heart, all about the unseen part of him, that I'm going to stand strong, and he's going to stand strong more in spirit, even through his storm. Because if you look at his little chair there's a storm going on around him. So he's going to stand strong there. And he's going to be calm about it. It's like, okay, well, this is going to pass. Not a big deal. I've gone through storms before. Let's just wait it out. That's this king's message. Is, if you're going to get in a storm, wait it out. The other thing, too, about the Hierophant, and I had this come to me, the divine came to me and said, you know what, the Hierophant card is not only about him teaching spirit, you've got two students down there. And the two students and the keys between that is the student going to think earthly? Are they catching that knowledge, or are they going to they're going to think more spiritually, or are they going to stay and say, screw this, I don't believe in this stuff? So you got two students thinking in different ways of how that can go. It's sort of like the atheist versus the person who believes and the atheist is going by earthly stuff and whatever is, and then you've got the other person thinking in a spiritual realm, which is going to take them higher and higher and higher. So for you guys this week, that's what it is about, thinking about what is it that I'm going through? How am I thinking that process? What am I thinking? Am I thinking more earthly? Am I thinking more spiritually? Are my thoughts more spiritually? Are they more earthly? Get behind a wheel of a car and they'll tell you where you're at. Oh my goodness, Libras. Yes. Ace of Wands. There is something new coming. There is something that is going to get your attention. Definitely going to get your attention. Ooh. Then we've got the Devil. Again, these are not equal. I will guarantee it. So if you think that the divine has an equal to the Devil, no, they don't. It is completely, the divine is the divine. Actually, that goes like this. Literally. But the thing is, there is going to be a spiritual battle, whether you want to move forward earthly or if you want to move forward with a new way of thinking. Old ways are not going to work anymore. So whatever you're struggling with, whatever you're going through with, take that thing and can it be changed to a new way of doing it, the new way of saying it, the new way of communicating it with lovers or partners or bosses. Try to think in reverse psychology. How can I make this more understood? And if you can't, it's maybe time to throw that in the garbage and start something new. Because through this process, this new change, there's going to be a battle. There's going to be a battle. But if you look at the two people in the center, their chains, their head, the chain is much bigger than their head. They can get out. They can get out. They can change. They just choose not to. That's somebody there. So I don't know who that is for. And you're thinking too far in the future because you're not thinking in the now. And the Temperance is here because Temperance is about patience. Somebody, are you patient to go through this new process? Are you stubborn and not wanting to be patient in it. It's about a spiritual balance, earthly balance, but it's about also patience. Be patient with the process. This isn't going to change overnight for you guys. It's taken a long time to get there. Yeah. You got somebody in your corner. Could be an earthbound being, or it could be a spiritual being, but you do have a twin flame in your corner. You know, and a lot of people think, oh, what does she mean by a spiritual bound? You have somebody that's passed on that used to have your back who is like suddenly things are sort of turning around. Do you think maybe that they're helping from the other side? But it also, too, could be that this person here that is your twin flame, your equal, who's you've got their back, they've got your back, is coming. You've got to be truthful and honest in every intention that you have, though, and don't stay on the fence. This is coming to the future. This is, I mean, not the future, but the next week. These are the energies that you need to portray for the 14th on. When you have an intention, stop yourself if you're going to say, well, I'll try to make it. Oh, I'll try to call it 7. No, just catch yourself. This is an old pattern that isn't going to work anymore. So you got to renew this new pattern. Oh, I am going to call at 7. And if it takes you to write it down on a piece of paper, put it in your phone, alarm at 7, call, whatever you need to do to change that behavior, that's what you need to do. Because the old way is ending and the new way is beginning. We are in a purge and reset, not only for the earth, but in for ourselves as well. What isn't working? And ask yourself, how's that working for me? Is that really working for me? Ain't working for me. Time to change it. But this is also, too, again, we've got earth spirit, earth spirit, earth spirit, earth spirit here. Because at death, we have death literally here, but we also have eternal life here, which is our energy, which is our matter, which is vibrations, whatever you believe in. Me, I believe in energy. I believe everybody's energy. I've heard my mom. I've talked to my mom after she's passed on. We are energy. I don't know how it all works. I just know what I know and what I hear and what the divine gives me wisdom in. It's amazing. And if people don't think there's something to it, well, they're going to have a big surprise when they get to the other side. Anyway. All right. So intentions. Be sure that your intentions are solid. Be sure that your intentions are constructive. Be sure that your intentions are positive, constructive, forward moving, in love, in truth, and make sure that that's an internal thing that you need to learn how to do. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Somebody's got some beautiful people coming into their life, though. This is amazing. Some new people. There's some new people coming in. There is one that isn't for your good. There is somebody that's not. It could be. They could be in your life right now, but they're not for your better interest. So who is it toxic that is sort of like an energy vampire that you need to get rid of? So that would be the devil. Toxic energy is something that keeps destructive, doesn't support you, doesn't have your back, doesn't teach you how to move forward, doesn't help you in your journey, doesn't believe in you. That could be even work. Is it time to change a job because you've got too much toxicity around you? I thank the divine for taking me out of mine because it literally put me in the hospital. The toxicity was so strong, I, as an empath, could not even bounce it off. I could not even bounce all that toxicity off. And the thing is, sometimes you become that toxic person because you can't. If you are not at a level of an empath or your abilities to be able to bounce energies off and not absorb them, then you can allow in stuff that you definitely don't want to allow in. It's like when I'm doing this, a lot of this, I bring in the light. I ask the light to come in. There are energies out there I do not want in my house. I do not want in my room. I do not want in my mind. I do not want in my body. That student that doesn't believe. I do not want them there. Because then it lowers my vibration, lowers everything. And then that's where people get depressed. That's where people begin to start being self-destructive rather than self-thinking. Yeah, literally become self-destructive, self-thinking as far as, oh, this is never going to change. This is you know what, I might as well just, this is why some people say, well, you know what, I could sell drugs and make more money than I can go work in a normal job. Well, that's kind of a mentality, is that, you know what, it doesn't mean that you have to work hard. You have to work smarter and work more joy-filled. Who wants to work the job that brings you stress? When you rather work a job that brings you joy. So go in thinking it brings you joy rather than brings you stress. Again, intentions. What are your intentions? What is it that you're intending? Because this is all for the now. All right. Yeah, you manifest. Yes, exactly. I truly believe in that. So, Magician. We are the manifestation of our own being. We manifest what we choose to manifest in our life. Okay, and what is it that you're manifesting in your life? What is it that you are actually, do you complain a lot? Do you give joy, or do you give thanks a lot? Do you, pity party yourself? Do you say, woe is me? Do you allow energy vampires in and suck you dry until you have no energy in the day? Those are things that you should be thinking about. And if this is too much, go back and watch the video again later, and then maybe even take some notes, because these are going to be really important times between now and the end of the year, actually even further into the end of the year. But the thing is, the energies are really, really strong about self. We have the Two of Wands. And the reason why the Two of Wands there, remember, do not think so far into the future. Two of Wands, he's got the world in his hand. He's thinking about, I want to travel. I really would like to go to these distant lands. I really would like to, how am I going to do that? But remember, it does say to make the steps, but you can't just skip the steps. You have to make the steps. Okay, right now I'm going to plan. Like me, my daughter and I were planning a trip. And it's like, okay, we've done this before, so here's what we need to do. We need to find out the cost. We need to find out if we can, being a travel agent, I do it different now. But the thing is, we need to find out and go through all those steps. That's what this is. Don't think so far in the future. Just begin the steps, 1 foot at a time. All right? That's where this is. And how are you going to manifest it? How are you going to make it happen is what it is. Don't let the devil and this come in. Keep moving forward, because you have your first card out is moving forward, the Knight of Wands. Okay, Divine or anybody on the other side, what I'd really like to know, I don't see any love, any relationship. Is there going to be anything for the Libras this week? Or is that going to be just like in the background? So sometimes Divine does not bring in love. I don't just do love readings, because that love reading is not for everybody. It'll only resonate with certain people. But if there is something coming, the Divine will let me know, or somebody on the other side will let me know that, yeah, hey, let them know about this, or hey, say this, or hey, do this, or whatever in that manner. But the thing is, if there's no love, then that means you need to focus in on what's going on. Now, for some, there's always relationships coming and going like a fart in the wind, That's the way I say when you're single. When you're married, hopefully that's not happening. But, there's been a lot of cheating lately. I don't know what's going on. But, yeah, so let me see here. I'm not finding anything, huh? Okay, then is there anything you would like to clarify on any of these cards, please? I don't see anything for love anyway. Ooh, okay. The Magician. Okay, thank you. So they do want to clarify the Magician. This is your choice how you manifest it. This is your choice in what you bring into it. This is your choice spiritually or earthly how you decide your next step and your future. Because again, oops, not death, excuse me, I did say death, didn't I? But it is judgment. Judgment. Again, it is your decision. I can't make this up. This is your decision how to decide through an earthly way of thinking or a spiritual way of thinking. Again, if you don't know what that is, you don't know what that means, please either watch one of my videos on spirituality. I think it's in the playlist Spirituality, or Get Balanced 2020. And if you still don't understand, please email me or talk to me. I will answer you. I will respond. I do respond to all comments and all emails. All right. So this is your choice in how this future is going to take place as far as the now. So whatever is happening, there's something that you're going to come and you're going to sit there and you think, oh, that's what she was said. That's what she's talking about. About the intention. You say you're either going to do it or you don't. You say it or you don't. You act on it or you don't. You don't say, I will try, or maybe, or whatever. And here's the other thing with intentions. If you have to say the word, yeah, I should go over there, or yeah, I want to go over there, there's a big difference, huge difference. If you use the word should, that means you are feeling obligated to do it. You don't want to do it. You're just feeling obligated. When you say, I want to go, then that means your heart and desire is into it. That's the same with intentions. You really have to pay attention to that. And the reason why I say that, and the reason why I stress on that, and why the divine has me stress on that, is because when you don't do what you say you're going to do, it doesn't affect only you. It affects the person either that you are saying it to. It affects your integrity. It affects how other people think of you, which doesn't really matter, but it does to the divine. And that's where that happens. And that's where that comes in. So really be mindful and watch about your intentions towards the end of the week. And now that you know of it, maybe pay attention to it in the beginning of the week, because it's like, oh yeah, I intend to go to Cancun in the spring. You're putting an energy out there. You say it, but then if you don't follow it, these energies and words are powerful. So the divine listens to all of that. And if they're empty intentions, he pushes you along your way and not the way you want. It's like, okay, they're really not being truthful. They really don't know themselves. They really are just blowing smoke up my, they're playing games with me. I'm not here to play games. I know who they are. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I don't know who that's for, why they're having me go off on that. Anyway, so Libras, this is your reading for the 7th through the 13th. Amazing reading. Again, think spiritually. If you don't know what that means, watch the videos. There's plenty of videos here for free on spirituality. And if it's not on that, then go to Get Balanced 2020. The YouTube channel, Get Balanced 2020, it's on there because they're both my channels. And also remember the dailies. I am going to do those through the end of the year. So if you like them, keep liking them, and I'll keep them going in the new year. And then hit the subscribe bell. It'll tell you when I'm on live, and it'll tell you when those are on every morning. They're Monday through Saturday. I don't do them on Sundays, Monday through Saturday. And they're only 1 minute. 1 minute of inspiration, motivation, hopefully. Sometimes they're on the fence of being that way, but they're meant to be. I tell them as they are, because that's walking in truth. That's what we need to do. All right. So Libras, you have a great, great week, and we will talk to you on the 14th. All right. Love you guys. Be safe. Be healthy out there. It's crazy.